Hello, everyone, and welcome to another new episode of Midnight Suns. Um, this is a later time for me that I'm recording this. After recording another episode, recording the episode that came before this. I wanted to play more. But for you, it should be a different day, because I had already recorded close to 4 hours. We'll be continuing. We're not going to go to Spider-Man just yet, because we're trying to wait till we get to level 10, because I feel like that's a step in level when we get to Spidey.
Hunter.
And the next step that we have is to go to a battle. And I'd like to go ahead and... That's locked. That's hard. That's locked because Blade is currently doing a mission. Ghost Rider. Operations Assault. Raid a site where Hydra supplies are stored in self-destructing chest. Alright. You know, I think I'll just... I like to do number random generators, so... Between 1 and 8. 6. Stock. Alright. Blue keycard. Objective: retrieve the contents of the supply crates before they self-destruct. Defeat the enemies holding the keycards. Use a keycard to open and loot the matching crate.
With all of the artifacts and equipment Hydra has been absconding with, it was inevitable we'd catch them unloading equipment somewhere. You'll have to move quickly if we're going to recover any of their equipment.
Sounds like busy work.
Well, first off, oh yes, and I don't want to do that just yet because we could do this.
This shouldn't take long. Couldn't even beat the security guards in my parking garage.
Accept your fate.
I know that wasn't your signature move.
Proceeding as planned. That won't be enough to save you. For Hydra!
Might have hit my head.
I'm out for reinforcing. You got nothing to fear. You must be eager.
They've armed one of the crates. It's going to explode if you don't get that key.
Objective, detonator armed. The detonator on this crate is armed. This crate will explode at the end of the turn. Use the matching keycard to open this crate. Luckily, I have it. Alright.
You've
Sorry about that
secured
if I
one of
didn't mute the
crates.
mic.
See if you can't get the others.
Prepare yourself.
Hail that.
You've secured one of the crates. See if you can't get the others.
Here we go.
That was the last crate. Wipe out the remaining Hydra forces, and let's get you home.
Hydra's in control of the situation. You're mine. Hell never forgets a face. I was born for this.
Oh, sure. Pick on the smart guy.
You have been judged. light will heal you. Appreciate it. None will be spared. You will suffer. Just as they did.
Shield guard. Elite. Officer.
Let's do it.
The enemy has the upper hand. Add to your punishment. You're in trouble now.
It's almost going too well.
Hmm.
Get it done any way we know how. Whoever gets the job done.
Hostile unit on the move.
The light is on our side.
Let's try this one.
I hope you are building one of those suits for me.
Turn it.
The battlefield is ours. We're all gonna get it. Finally, it's my turn.
They require aid here.
Now where's the one that hit me?
Now, how do I do that interrogation?
The advantage is mine.
1 star. 50 gloss. Ghost Rider. Midnight Suns. And table frame. Oh, I can finally talk to Stock. Possibly hang out.
Why, hello, Hunter.
We need some post-action cheeseburgers. I'll get happy on it.
Well, I actually have a preference for this one. Night fishing.
If you die again, could we bring you back again?
I have no idea.
Strange went on about nigh inconceivable power, and the rarest of curios were expended in your first resurrection. Assuming we had all that, would it work?
I hope so. Why?
Might. Sounds like you have a plan.
Are you kidding? I have 5 plans. If you're the key to all this, keeping you breathing is the only thing that matters. I don't expect it to happen, but I'd rather prepare for it when it does.
Smart.
You mean genius? And yes, I am. Let's do it again, but not right now. I have plans.
Friendship reward. 8 friendship gained. Like the activity +5. Conversation +2. Like the common gift +1. Bold shorts. Rare swimsuit for Stock. Trunks. Rare swimsuit for me. +2 critical damage. Stat increase. Give me a moment. Customization. Trunks. Prefer these. But, I mean, I'd prefer, honestly, if I could get a hero design, which will probably be a thing later.
Hi, Hunter.
Does anyone have anything they want to talk to me about? We have some more lore that we can read. I don't know how much of this is actually important lore or not, but Chthon. Excerpt from On the Origins of the Elder Gods. The belief closely held among scholars of the secret histories of this world is that the Elder Gods were brought into creation by the Demiurge soon after our planet had formed. Of the ethereal divinities birthed all those eons ago, the most powerful were Ashtor, Set, Game, and Chthon. For millions of years, the Elder Gods ruled over all of creation, but each sought out knowledge that would alter their paths and the fate of the planet itself. Ashtor, fascinated by what lay beyond Earth's firmament, set out for the heavens. Chthon studied the mystical forces of the universe, harnessing them to his will, becoming Earth's first black magician. Set acquired the most dangerous knowledge of all. He discovered that by devouring his fellow gods, he could consume their power. Seeing this, most of the Elder Gods followed his example. Wars of cosmic proportions broke out amongst them as they struggled for dominance. But with their actions began a degeneration, and those gods who had consumed their kin were soon reduced to demons. I mean, it makes sense, I guess, because it's very demon-like activity. Only Gaia had refrained, and so saved herself from the fall. By communicating with the Demiurge, she was able to bring Atum into the world. He would become known as God Eater. I want to go test my metal against that challenge. If we can do that, then we can get further locations amongst the map. Do that next level of ingredient finding, but also get that next cutscene. Standing stones. Willing to test my metal. If we can't do it here, we shall do it when we get to level 10.
That is something.
Trial the Elder Gods, Atum. Once again, recommended player level 8. Current player level 8. Begin. Combat Lillian. Defeat 16 Lillian within 4 turns to complete the trial.
When many of the Elder Gods were corrupted and became what we would call demons, the god Atum, born from Gaia herself, was set upon our world to slay these monsters. In that sense, the two of you have had a shared purpose: Fight well, Hunter, and he may just honor you with his blessing.
Your loyalty to the Mother of Demons will be your undoing. Leave some for the rest of us. Blade told me to mention your mother. Apparently, she's promiscuous. They cannot possibly match your strength. Down.
A tomb was unleashed and made quick work of the demons. But in the process, they even became known as the Demogorg, the God Eater.
If this is a cautionary tale, your timing could use some work. There was a time when Lilith had the highest of standards for her minions. That time has clearly passed. You had your chance. You were too weak for this fight. to get on my bad side.
The Elder Gods are clearly aware of Lilith's efforts. These beasts may look like her children, but they're only illusions meant to test your skills.
The light will carry you onward. This shall be of great help. I am impressed. I saw a movie centuries ago. Welcome assistance. Lilith must really want me. I'm the only one left standing.
I think Blade is honestly jealous that you're getting this extra kill. And with live targets, too.
Your mother abandoned you. Feel my call. Now that was something. Once again, Lilith's servants fall. Now that was something.
So it hits me with an objective of take down this many creatures, and then it hits the other objective of survive. What do you want me to do? Survive it or... Alright. Well, apparently that's it for the night. I didn't lose based on like overpowering odds. So I lost based on not understanding the goal, which would mean to me that I can do this again tomorrow night. So I'm strong enough. Just didn't understand.
Feeling good today, girl?
Hey, can I ask a favor?
The lesser of two lesser evils. Geralt Danvard greets you with a smile. Time to cast your vote, Hunter. Every hero has a pariah in their rogues gallery, but Spider-Man has dozens. Check out this list. Which one has the goofiest gimmick? Stiltman? This can't be real. So this kangaroo, he just hops?
Thanks, Hunter.
Well, hello there.
Hey, Hunter. Reading good? These should definitely give you an edge.
Bands of Fire. Retribution. Quick Blast. And Blast. Bulge and Hellfire. Seeing Ghost Rider in action has given us a few ideas about how we could harness the Hellfire Forge of yours. 2 words, new suits. Armory. Yes.
See you, Hunter.
Superlink. Tony Stark. How long has the Abbey been haunted? What do you mean? The Abbey's old, but there aren't any ghosts here. Did anyone hear a shriek? That was me. What happened? Tony was walking while typing. He lost his footing. Oh, the steps in the foliage are haunted. You see, this is why I don't engage with that. Breaking. Lightning struck and killed 11 members of the same family today. Though each lived in the different parts of the world, the strikes were confirmed to be simultaneous across the globe. 11 family members? Blood related? I just confirmed it. Obviously bad, but isn't this just more news of the wicked? There is a ritual sacrifice known as the End Khatum, less formerly as Atrops dozen, rumored to come from the Darkhold. Dark blood magic destroying a living bloodline, ripping the family tree up from its roots, so to speak. As long as you number exactly 11 people, don't ask why. The answer is either incomprehensible or falls under what we in the biz call malevolent math. So what does that mean, beyond change your underwear? That Lilith has already begun settling scores. And that she can do it without requiring her physical appearance. There you go. From deck. Ghost Rider. Edit deck.
Think Doctor Strange knows Merlin? I'm still waiting for someone to take this sword. Back again. The fire burns brighter.
Training level 6. Bolt training. Bolting does increase damage. Flash. Forceful knockback in any direction. Quick. Takes 28 damage. Combat therapy.
Better to have it and not need it, right?
Yes. Toro, combat therapy. Combat therapy is now available. Assign an injured hero to combat therapy and the injuries will be replaced with a combat bonus by the next morning. Heroes assigned to combat therapy cannot go on missions. Daily sparring now grants a secondary stat bonus to the hunter's sparring partner. Secondary stats provide benefit in combat, such as improving critical chance, strike chance, or increased knockback distance. Mild, moderate.
taking some time off, all right?
Peace.
Hunter, I need help. It's urgent. Come here.
I needed that.
Yeah, triple shot macchiato with oat milk and some of those thin dark chocolate shavings. Fair trade, of course. Make sure you're writing this down. No big deal if they don't have fair trade.
Should I have a pen?
Oh, sorry, Hunter. I thought you were Doctor Strange. Okay, so my urgent issue. The reason I called you over here.
You said Hunter. I need help. It is urgent. Come here. Do not ask for a coffee.
Can you please get me a coffee?
Where can I get a coffee? I said he was talking to Doctor Strange.
Welcome, Hunter. There's more to this workspace than meets the eye, Hunter. These flames aren't born of any fire.
You wanted it? You got it.
Make him bleed plus.
If I had to...
Operation successful. Blade. Pain in the neck. Blade. Hellcat and Blade follow the trail of bodies to the latest vampire in town, Selena. She's been making promises of eternal life in Lilith's glory to draw people in before completely draining them. Selena refused to leave town without a fight, so Blade and Hellcat gave her one. Hellcat fought her goons, clearing a path for Blade to get a strike almost through Selena's heart. Hopefully that scared her enough that she won't show her face again anytime soon.
I might take care of these myself, but I have been accused of hogging the ball before.
We received a coded message from Nick Fury, director of S.H.I.E.L.D. Though he has little interest in the supernatural, he is deeply concerned by the increased Hydra activity in New York City. Caretaker and Fury have a complicated history. Send a hero to meet with Fury's agent and smooth things over.
Sending your friends out to fight isn't the easiest choice, but we all know what we signed up for.
Start her off.
Lucky you caught me in a good mood. I'm here if you need me.
Catch any ghosts today, girl?
25 arcane knowledge. Where is Charlie?
How's it going?
Good girl, Charlie.
Oh, hey.
Cold History of the New World by the Mysterious Scribe. Note from Agatha. My dear Eileen, perhaps only Sarah felt more betrayed by Lilith. Forever thinking the best of people, may your monument watch over Lilith's garden, and may you remember our Lily as she was, not as she became. Hidden Veil of Gods and Man, Volume 2. Excerpt from page 361. Representing raw fury and strength, Set was the first of the elders to return on his fellow gods and consume them. With each god swallowed, Set's power grew to unmatched proportions. With the remaining gods forced to seek refuge elsewhere in the universe, Ashtor took to the stars with Gaia embedded herself within the earth, and created sanctuary for the earth's inhabitants by sealing the world with Set and Chthon's influence.
All right then.
Stop Hydra helicopter. Continue. Stop Hydra helicopter. Disable the Hydra helicopter before it can depart. Target the helicopter with attacks to disable it before time runs out.
We can't allow that helicopter to escape. Do whatever it takes to stop it before it departs. don't have much time. Take down anyone in your path and stop that helicopter.
As you say. Good work. I am. Persistence is not always admirable.
I've been waiting.
Get you for that.
I cannot seem to focus.
They're not willing to accept defeat.
Keep it up.
It's about time. Take this.
Leave some for the rest of us.
You know you're too strong for that.
takeoff. We still have some time, but make sure you don't ignore it.
I cannot possibly match your strength.
Interesting. One more time.
I am impressed.
Beat the remaining enemies to complete the mission.
We've stopped the helicopter. Clean up the rest of these Hydra thugs.
You're mine.
Going to get you for this.
I almost felt that one.
Our friend is down.
The more the merrier.
Walk in the light.
I owe you one. I will not make the same mistake twice.
Just like old times.
Let me give you a hand. We're still doing this?
of great help.
Get out of there!
Enjoy your rest. Give me time.
Tutorial, maximum block. A hero can never have more block than their maximum health.
Let's do it. So it's it was your time. Lost my focus here. I am losing this fight.
Centuries ago. Leave some for the rest of us.
One star. 37 globs. Warriors of Wundagore. Hydra on the attack. Got to level 9.
Catch any ghosts today, girl?
When many of the Elder Gods were corrupted and became what we would call demons, the god Atum, born from Gaia herself, was set upon our world to slay these monsters. In that sense, the two of you have had a shared purpose. Fight well, Hunter, and he may just honor you with his blessing.
You were too weak for this fight. Your loyalty to the Mother of Demons will be your undoing. Now that was something. How many times is that?
Atum was unleashed and made quick work of the demons, but in the process, he became something of a monster himself. He even became known as the Demogorg, the God Eater.
If this is a cautionary tale, your timing could use some work. Leave some for the rest of us. The fight is on our side. This shall be of great help. I saw a move like that. Lilith must really want that. I'm the only one left standing.
Just imagine how much more difficult this would be if Charlie wasn't there to join us.
your strength. I am impressed.
I think Blade is honestly jealous that you're getting this extra training in. And with live targets, too.
Just what I needed. There was a time when Lilith had the highest of standards for her minions. That time has clearly passed. Lilith herself could not best me. What makes you think you will fare any better? Maybe you do not realize the trouble you are in, friend. This shall be of great help. Someone feel a breeze. Our resolve cannot be broken.
Make up your mind, game. Am I supposed to survive me? Am I supposed to survive the dog? Because both of us went down, and you let us revive.
you? I will see if I can find you a treat later.
Hey,
Combat therapy.
You insist?
all right then.
Hey, you. Why, hello, Hunter.
What are you up to, Ileana?
Being bored out of my mind?
Why not try to make new friends?
I've already done the play nice thing with the X-Men. Not trying to buddy up to everyone here.
You have buddied up with Nico just fine.
That's different. I trust her.
And you cannot trust the Avengers?
I don't know them.
Give them a chance. Open up a little.
Being on the same side doesn't mean a free pass to friendship. I choose who I want in my life and in my business. Got it?
I'm glad you have people you allowed into your life.
A little sappy, but thanks.
Hey, can I ask a favor?
Spare parts. Iron Man notices your approach. Hey boss, question for you. I was sneaking around in the forge and had a few ideas. That might be useful. Which of these tickles your fancy, Hunter? Oh, I like that. I'll take it. That's ingenious, Tony. See if you can improve it even further. Do I even have this many credits?
Thanks, Hunter.
Focusing lens. Select a hero to taunt an enemy free.
Oh, you are gonna love this.
Forge and Hailfire completed. Description. Unlocks Midnight Sun challenge missions. When completed, challenge missions can grant new suits, passives, and or legendary abilities. I'm happy to help and all, it's just I thought fire was going to be my thing. Robbie Reyes.
give me a sec. Okay, what's up? No problem. I'm pretty sure Charlie was the singing player in the hallway. Got some upgrades for you, hot off the press. Or forge. If you find more coil, send it my way.
I took care of that for you.
Empower Plus. Nico Minoru. New York City. Nico met Fury's agent and established a back-channel communications between Central and Fury systems. Caretaker and Fury don't see eye to eye, but they both recognize the threat of Hydra operating openly in the Big Apple. As long as their interests remain mutual, we can count on limited shield assistance in our fight against Lilith.
This is definitely the coziest war room I've ever been in. Quiet, too. Looks good to me.
Reprocessor. Whole room upgrade. Please.
Put a priority on See you soon.
The Prophecy of the Midnight. Annotated by Dr. Stephen Strange, Sorcerer Supreme. The writings commonly referred to as the Prophecy of the Midnight Sun are not a singular collection of verse. Rather, they are compressed of various fragments and notations scattered throughout the Book of Vishanti, presumably to discourage unbroken study of text directly translated from the Darkhold. The following excerpt is referred to as Fall of the Mother. Upon his throne, 'neath shadowed peak from barren clay, shall flood his carry to scourge the spray, or foetid crew spilled across the loom, an endless swell, night's final room. By moon and stone, veiled countenance one, his envoy hunts for dwindling clot, their closed hand grasped when mother wrought. Lacunal get on sodden field, the mirror stilled, their fates unsealed. The Midnight Sun. Yes, it rhymes. The turgid verse is a distraction. Astute readers may have already surmised the presentation is but half of the actual prophecy. Those who haven't should not delve into such dangerous information in the first place. As of this writing, the fall of the mother is commonly accepted to represent the events leading up to the corruption of Lilith, one of the last known members of the Blood, the birth of a child known as the Hunter, and the mutual destruction of both at the dawn of the 18th century. The remainder of the prophecy is broken up into myriad phases, secreted in the marginalia of the book. I suspect these excerpts are themselves excerpts from the Parchment of Power. They're not the prophecy in its unabridged entirety. These key phrases chosen by Vishanti allow one to know the shape of the prophecy without reading from the parchment directly. The following collection of compiled marginalia is referred to as the rise of the Midnight Sun. From blackish depths surged monstrous will hark. The mother calls her children from slumber as darkness and light dance across the minds of men. His wheel is close at hand. When the sun rises, the tower will fall. All shall answer the mother's call. And his children basked in his light as the temple of the false gods fell. His word could not be contained. The sleeping Titan stirred with grasp unbroken, his herald crowned. The mirror cracked, his return.
Hunter, hello.
You have not set anything on fire today, have you?
Oh, 4. One of Charlie's combat abilities have been upgraded. Pet Charlie at least once a day to keep building her bond.
Always on the hunt.
Ready to work? Caretaker said I need to be a team player, so I guess I'm letting you choose for me too. Do your thing.
Practical Mai Tai. Apply the art of Mai Tai to everyday situations. Destroy devices. Enemy reinforcements will grow stronger each turn. Move quickly.
Hydra is already experimenting with more of those charges Malthus created. You need to put a stop to their little test. Just focus on destroying the charges. Hydra has enough warm bodies to overwhelm you eventually.
It will be done. Time's up for these
charge down, but you're not out of the woods yet.
Accept your fate.
They cannot possibly match your strength.
Hydra's in control of the situation.
For victory!
Payback's gonna be fun.
They're hoping to wear me down.
Regroup and await reinforcements.
Don't waste the opportunity.
No one will touch you. You bring judgment upon yourselves. Ought to make things interesting. Even the best get better. Vengeance has come. My power grows. Had just about enough. I will not be so easily defeated.
No retreat!
I've been waiting. You're in trouble now. Support units on the move. You will all be judged. We won't need your words. Maybe you should teach me that one.
Another Hydra operation foiled. I'll never get tired of hearing that.
1-star victory. 37 globs. Nightmare in the city that never sleeps. Coffee table frame.
Hey, hey, Hunter.
Parchment of power. From above and below, from the old world to the new, we must remain ever vigilant for any sign the universe offers us. There is no unease too slight, no suspicion too minor, nothing can be ignored. You must understand that lost page is his final chronicle and the key to his return. You must ensure it remains lost. There is simply no duty greater in this world. This wasn't your choice, but it is now your obligation. You may think that unjust, but you'd be right. But your sacrifice will serve something far greater than ourselves. G.
What you doing, Charlie? I needed that. menace indeed.
When many of the elder gods were corrupted and became what we would call demons, the god Atum, born from Gaia herself, was set upon our world to slay these monsters. The two of them have had a shared purpose. Fight well, Hunter, and he may just honor you with his blessing.
Now that was something. Leave some for the rest of us. They are still coming for me.
Atum was unleashed and made quick work of the demons, but in the process, he became something else himself. He even became known as the Demigorg, the God Eater.
If this is a cautionary tale, your timing could use some work. You were too weak for this fight.
Blade told me to mention your mother. Apparently, she's promiscuous. They cannot possibly match your strength. Want to break my resolve.
Just imagine how much more difficult this would be if Charlie wasn't there to join you. I think you owe her a treat after this.
Welcome assistance. I saw a move like that once, centuries ago.
think Blade is honestly jealous that you're getting this extra training in. And with live targets, too.
Feel my call.
I am impressed. I saw a move like that once, centuries ago.
If that doesn't make an impression on Autumn, I don't know what will. Good work, Hunter.
Alright, now I did pass it. Gold star. Hunter. Rise of the Midnight Suns, the Hunter. Evil has a new face, and they're gonna punch it. 37 gloves.
This looks like a
Words of Power. Calling an atom allows you to reveal all manner of mysterious mysteries hidden from view. These may be long forgotten structures or events that cannot be detected with the naked eye.
With Atum's help, you shouldn't have any trouble uncovering the more elusive elements hidden throughout the grounds. Why don't you try out his blessing on that stone over there?
Autumn, show me the way.
Valley of the Winds. The items that I needed. Well, just got 3 of the items that I needed for the next meeting. I knew I needed to be at the Valley of the Winds in order to be
our path.
Able to get some of the death caps. Bespoken potions, moderate heroic essence, greater healing salt. Every recipe includes bitters. Shady Overlook. Suspected witch Martha Richards. This references a tree. This references a tree the villagers called the Life Take. Its limbo held so many of the dead, it needed to be fitted with iron supports. Martha Richards met her fate there.
Autumn be praised.
I think Moonflowers was the other thing that I needed. Yep. Pick up.
Something terrible happened here. This area, it feels wrong somehow. I sense an old suffering.
Members of the local coven were persecuted here. And worse.
Witches?
Salem's history with witches may have been distorted over the years, but some things are true. The witches of Salem did their best to thwart Shaw, but he rallied his congregation against them. The catalyst of the infamous Salem witch trials. When the Coven called out in distress, it was Lilith and Sarah who came to their aid.
They uprooted their entire lives to come here. They were eager for a fight. They understood their purpose in this world.
They came all the way from Transia with the Abbey to help a group they had never met?
You may not believe it, but I'm sure you would have done the same. Isn't that why the Sons are here today? Aside from that, your mother and Sarah both saw the signs of Chthon's influence. They knew there was more happening in Salem than the persecution of witches.
Chthon's corruption had taken root in the New World just like the colonists themselves.
And while Lilith and Sarah were still preoccupied in Transia, they entrusted one of the Moon Seals to the Knights of Wondercore, who brought it to the Coven with the hope that its power would reinforce them enough to deal with Shaw.
But that is not what happened.
Unfortunately, no. When the plague came to Salem, the same one that afflicted your father, Shaw used it to further agitate his flock by placing the blame squarely on the Coven.
And the witches?
The mob was vicious, and the rest is history.
But what about the Moon Seal?
After the trials, the Moon Seal vanished along with Shaw. Without drawing any conclusions, I think we can both guess where it went.
If this was his church, then it is possible the seal is still here, or somewhere nearby.
You read my mind. Good hunting, dear.
Explore the church.
Autumn thinks otherwise. There must not be anything here. Was this always here? I may have forgotten a few things, but I feel as if I would remember a decrepit church on the grounds.
You may not remember the structure, but maybe you've heard of the man responsible for it? Hiram Shaw? This was his house of worship, and like a great many things on the grounds, Sarah preferred to keep it in a sort of mystic quarantine. Even I haven't been inside.
Is that all she did while I slept? Seal things off for our protection?
She can be overzealous at times, but in this case, she was right to be wary.
So, what dark secret does this place hold?
When Hiram Shaw first came to Salem, he was little more than a charlatan posing as a preacher. He managed to convince a few desperate souls to join his congregation, and with their help, he broke ground on this church. Whether it was coincidence or fate, in digging beneath the church, Shaw found something that would change the course of all of our lives. A long-forgotten page of the Darkhold.
It's like anyone could have found it.
Do you think Shaw was meant to find that page?
He may not have been the chosen one per se, but I'm sure this place radiated with enough dark energy to reach out to anyone listening.
And Shaw was just corrupt enough to hear its call.
Yes, Shaw was an eager study, consumed almost immediately by the whisperings of Chthon and the Darkhold's power. Nearly overnight, the people of Salem, old and new, were at his threshold, waiting for the word.
One moment. Alright, I'm back.
It's always good to see you.
Who is Hiram Shaw?
Tell me about Hiram Shaw.
By all accounts, Hiram Shaw was a desperate man. Desperate for power, wealth, influence, the usual desires that cloud men's minds. As I understand it, he was a largely unsuccessful minister before his arrival at Salem, traveling from place to place, swindling whatever followers he managed to gain before being run out of town. To think that a simple man like Shaw finding a piece of the Darkhold was enough to set all of this in motion, it puts things in perspective.
What do you know about my father?
That's not an easy question, dear. What would you like to know? Was he a good man? Yes, I think he was. Your mother loved him dearly, and he doted over her. I think for a time she forgot who she was, where she came from. And I don't mean that as a bad thing. She and Sarah both deserve to find something more than just another fight with Chthon. Lilith did. Sarah didn't. At least, not for a while longer still. I honestly think that's the only thing she ever had against him, blood or not. Until we speak again.
The gods are fickle.
Fortunately, it's having an issue right now. But I've got a migraine, so... and it's going away, but... I'd rather take care of it, so... I guess we'll go ahead and call it here. I'll call it here. I'm going to try something different now. And just kind of end the recording here. So that I can pick it up later. So, thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you shortly. Later. Alright everyone, welcome back. My migraine from yesterday is cleared up. I also adjusted the border on the top, so there wouldn't be an outlying amount of, well, outline from the background. And we'll continue with Midnight Suns. I actually had a dream last night about this game. Not too surprised considering how a lot of the stuff that would get done is during the night. Now the whole search the church, it's eluding me on exactly what I'm supposed to do here, and it was last night, it was eluding me, but at that time, my mind had such a migraine that I was just like, oh, I can't even focus. But luckily, I don't have one right now, so. It's wanting me to do something here, though. I don't understand why, but I'm thinking, because I searched the inside quite a bit yesterday, I'm thinking that it has something to do with the stuff outside of it. Because the ability that I've got is that I can reveal things that happened long ago. This should activate something here. I already checked the outside. I just checked the outside. Explore the church. Now, I'd also think that I could open the store, but yesterday I thought I couldn't, but now I can. Okay, Arcana level up. Common chest no longer require an Arcana key. Yeah, that makes sense. I was thinking that it was this, but it wasn't quite lining up. And speaking of not lining up, my audio recorder is having an issue. There we go. Yeah, occasionally it'll go to like 000.1 point letters, numbers, and random chunk. The Journal of Hiram Shah. I was wrong to let my heart linger on the thoughts of Lilith. She and her foul sister are worse than I could have imagined. She has even corrupted a man from my congregation to her cause. These women have more influence than that coven. Even without their roots in this village, my congregation's sighs falters. I raise my hand to Chithon nightly, crying out for guidance. Journal of Hiram Shah. April 23rd, 1994, I think. $16.94. Okay, yeah. I was thinking that was a little too late timeline. This scroll contains more influence than I initially perceived, for it is not merely power within, but corruption beyond my wildest imaginations. For each mark upon the land, a page could have been traced to its location, aligned to a person of power who handled fragments of the Vatmus tome. I have come to believe that the dark and destructive events that plague Egth's land are not the chronological rhythms fate has set in motion, but the Darkhold's sway.
She does not see it happening.
Why not? It's because it's a window, perhaps?
The gods are fickle.
Cauldron mixology. Sometimes the look of the brew is more important than its effects than the taste. Fairy Totem, greater strength tonic.
The goddess of order approves.
Hunter's Journal, December 15th, 1711. The cold depths of winter challenge us all. I am grateful for Agatha and her control of the elements, especially fire. On these dark days, it is hard to believe that even with the threat of Lilith looming, that cold and hunger can draw up so much of our energy. Agatha brings me to her altar to train now, and says that by the end of the winter I will also be a master of the elements. I look forward to that day, if only to leave the snow behind us. That's recorded now. Moonflower and Tarot card, the Hierophant. Professor X channels his power to raise the knowledge necessary to be shared with his pupils. His notes in his hands the key to understanding. This card represents guidance and wisdom from a teacher.
Must not be her purview. The ward is not like anything I have seen on the grounds before.
And yet, it's familiar somehow.
Like the wards of protection that Wanda invoked to protect Dr. Strange's sanctum?
Very perceptive, dear. Maybe you should approach the good doctor and see if he has any insights. And Hunter, be circumspect. Dr. Strange is no fool. Feeling well today, dear?
Was Wanda here?
Did Wanda ever make it to this place?
I suspect she did. But if she discovered something, she didn't tell me.
Alright.
Until we speak again.
Journal of Hiram Shah, August 2nd, 1694. It pains me to set these words to page, for my cause is righteous. Any admittance of weakness I find unfathomable. But I must tread with the utmost care. The whispering spectres intensify, testing my will at every turn. This page I have come to realize that it is responsible for the corruption of not only the souls of man, but the destruction of entire civilizations. Throughout history today, it is the people of Salem that suffer. Inventory. I need 2 more of the death caps. Yep, there we go. Alright. Masterpiece. Juana's journal. April 4th, 2020. What a strange place this is. So much terrible history and so much corruption. But the energy here draws me in. Maybe it longs to be cleansed of the evil of Hiram Shah. After all, this was once a place of peace and community before everything. I found a page of a journal from back then, written by Shah himself. I almost thought the page could have some kind of bad energy, but it was just a piece of paper in the end. Although it's made me wonder about what I know to be true about here. I trust Caretaker and Agatha completely, but I'm starting to think that I don't know as much as they've let me believe.
The son of Gaia approves.
The Foggy Graveyard.
Ah, I see.
Old Salem Cemetery. A 17th century cemetery housing many of Old Salem's infamous inquisitors. Seems like Shaw should be here. If I understand the term inquisitor correctly. Tarot card, the Empress. Storm channels nature's power in the elements, harnessing a frightful storm with little effort. This card represents pleasure and propriety and a strong natural influence. Green flames. Interesting.
Autumn thinks otherwise. Oster smiles upon me.
White clearing. The world. Uatu the Watcher is always lingering, just beyond the world, observing and teaming and learning. This card represents accomplishment and becoming whole, along with reaching the finale of a chapter. I can't press F to pay respects with that one. Advanced Occult Transmutation. The Warnings and Safety chapter is half the book. Major Heroic Essence, Major Strength Tonic.
Autumn be praised.
Top 10 Arcana points. Pick up.
Agatha's house.
Troublesome alignments. Agatha's hastily written note. I have been charting the celestial movements the past many months. Once the alignment have been properly calculated, I will gain a better understanding of the coming resurrection. As I get closer to narrowing the timelines, I have begun to pick up disturbances within the grounds of the Abbey. Current events have intensified as of late, and a low rumble can be felt emanating from Lilith's tomb. Troublesome alignments. Is that the same? That's the same thing. Caretaker's Journal. November 14th, 1694. This is not the Lilith that I know. This is not my sister. I witnessed her steal away that horrid preacher in a damp cave with an unbreakable ward. We could have healed the darkness of his heart, or provided him a merciful death. At the very least, to leave him to fester and slowly slip away into a painful death. I have never witnessed such cruelty from her, and now it seems she is nowhere to be found. I traced her to her gardens, perhaps to repent for what she had done, but it's as if she's vanished. Handbook of the Wilds. Excerpt from page 13. The Aztec revered the mushroom as the flesh of the gods, frequently serving them with honey and chocolate. Other species, such as the deathcap, were quite poisonous when ingested. Scotch bonnet were known to grow naturally in ring-like formations, sometimes referred to as fairy circles. These were often thought to improve fertility and bring good fortune to relationships. Cauldron Manifest, page 2. Odin, I suspect, is quite entertained at this point, knowing the history of Loki's cauldron and the destruction and turmoil that awaits you. I hope that this relic lives up to your expectations, and should the need arise for another transfer, I hope to be caught in various life and death struggles which require my attention. Agatha, I know you enjoy the good challenge, and shall have it with this wretched thing. I did read this one already. Neverbloom Grimoire. This ancient book gives off a pleasant scent when opened under a waxing moon. Heroic to attack essence, heroic to skill essence, skill to attack essence, skill to heroic essence, attack to heroic essence, attack to skill essence. Caretaker's Journal. November 20th, 1694. Lilith returned to the Abbey several nights ago, clutching the babe. It was as if the illness had never touched her, and when I looked into her eyes, my sister was gone. Who or what remained I did not recognize. She pleaded with me, on her hands and knees no less, but I could sense the magic of the Darkhold all over her. She's been cast out, the Abbey is sealed, and I find myself the caretaker of a child. Weathered note. Our young hunter. Although I didn't know Lilith all that well, I should have imagined the hunter would be an energetic child, given the lineage. While Sarah acts as the ever-vigilant stickler for rules and reason, for order and reason, I've become something of a silent partner in crime for the hunter's hijinks around the Abbey. Of course, I would never interfere with their training or education, but someone has to encourage things like exploration and creativity. It would be nice if the hunter had someone their own age to spend time with. I'm not sure a couple of old witches make for the best companions to a child. Sometimes I have to remind Sarah that there's more at stake here than just training a powerful demon hunter. She means well, of course, and I know she loves the hunter as her own. Still, they're going to drive each other crazy at this rate. Maybe some kind of pet would help. Charlie. Already read this one. Caretaker's Journal, April 4th, 1701. Today I told the child of their mother. I tried to be gentle but clear. Agatha brought her warmth and comfort to the conversation, and I think she is the reason the child shed no tears. At 6 years old, it was time. We have defended the Abbey against Lilith and her Lilin. But soon she will grow stronger. We keep the secrets that we must, but the child must know what hides in the shadows of the world. Caretaker's Journal, January 2nd, 1695. A witch appeared at the Abbey today. I cannot say from where she came, nor what if it is she wants. But Agatha is a truly fascinating and gifted woman of great magical ability. She brought a basket of warm food with her, and despite myself, I couldn't turn her away. Even if I had wanted to, she told me that she sensed a child of magic, and her heart drew her here. I think that I believe her, though I know that I have no reason to. Fragments of raw earth. Excerpt from page 211. Hematite is commonly used for grounding and stability, while the lodestone's magnetic qualities were meant to attract good fortune regarding love and relationships. Meteorite, with its association with the celestial realm, can enhance astral projection and served as an excellent amplifier for dream and spirit journey.
There's my hunter.
I have something for you.
Oh?
Take these ingredients.
Here you are.
Wonderful. We can use it in the ritual.
Ah, Hunter, I was just admiring the collection. Someone spent a great deal of time piecing this library together. I hope you don't mind me, having a look around.
Of course not, Doctor. The library is an asset to us all.
I see I'm not the only one who's taken an interest in these works. You haven't been getting into anything precarious, I hope?
I've Found something on the Abbey grounds that I think you should see.
Oh, sounds mysterious. By all means, lead the way. I typically avoid venturing this far from the Abbey, especially at night. It makes Tony nervous, you see. Not in the "I'm concerned about your personal well-being, Doctor" sense. I think he's actually more afraid of what might happen to my side of the forge without proper supervision. Which, to be fair, is a valid concern. And in most cases, I'm perfectly content to bide my time studying safely indoors. But I'm sure there's nothing to fear with you by my side, Hunter. Normally I would frown upon pursuit of the dark arts, but who am I to tell Nico or Magic they can't pursue their dark God-given talents? Unsettling air about this place.
This church belonged to a preacher named Hiram Shah. His influence turned Salem against its coven.
A charismatic personality and a fearful populace can do much evil together.
There was more to it than that.
Yes, I suspected as much. You were right to bring this to my attention, Hunter.
We thought it resembled one of your wards of protection.
There's a reason for that. It's the same magic Wanda invoked in her attempts to protect the Sanctum. But what is it that you're chasing out here? These wards aren't something to toy with.
I will not know for sure until I get past this. Is there any way to dispel it?
Unfortunately, no. What good would the wards of protection be if they were so easily broken? But I have been wrong before, at least recently. Do you have any suspicions as to who may have conjured this here?
Wanda may have been involved. I would suspect Caretaker. You're my first thought, Doctor.
Wanda spent a great deal of time out here, and she had the power.
She does have some experience with these spells, but why would she do that?
The only way I will know for sure is to find a way through to the other side.
I'll think on it and see if I can come up with some way to assist you, Hunter. For now, though, you'll have to be patient.
You seem so much wiser than your years.
Thanks. I do enjoy flattery.
Hunter?
Whenever we foil Hydra's plans, an angel gets its wings.
And reopen these, so I don't need to really worry about. Well, let me check this. Oh yes, I can. All right.
Why, hello, Hunter.
So long as I know that I can reopen them, and any common ones I can just open at any time. Customization. High tech. I'd prefer blue or green, honestly, or purple would work too, because I used to be in a dimension that purple came from blue and green. Upper face prop. Range. Iron Man. Customization. Board shorts, trunks. See, those kinds of colors I prefer when it comes to stone trunks. Looks nice, but not quite what I'd be going for. I'm gonna bring it on plus. Face prop. Stoic. Arachnid. Still have some custom. No, okay. Guidas. Florification. The Royal Hungarian Saints. Damsel and Orlando. Moonlight on Mount Lafayette. New Hampshire. Evening in the Woods.
Hey, hey, Hunter.
Privyet, Hunter.
Let us pet Charlie.
Hey, Hunter. What do defeated Hydra agents say? Nothing.
Good girl, Charlie.
I can sleep now. All right, everyone, I'm going to be ending this recording here. I'll be starting to do it a little differently because some recordings didn't exactly get to the at least 3-hour mark that I would prefer episodes to be. So they'll be edited. I'll be trying to go ahead and edit them to finish when Hunter goes to sleep, or preferably if he goes to sleep, because at least then you get like a full day of his adventures. But for now, this will be the end of this episode. I'll look forward to seeing you in the next one, recording or stream. And for now, see ya. Later.